Well, welcome again to another episode of Down to Earth but Heavenly Minded. And I'm your host, Risch. And today on Internet Radio, we're going to continue on in our series of Egypt and Canaan. And we're going to be looking at the Exodus. And it's by Daniel C. Snaddon. So with that said, let us just start.
Background. In the old the new lies hid. In the new the old lies open. 2 Timothy 3 verses 16 to 17 All scripture is given by inspiration of God, etc. Romans 15 verse 4 Whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. Genesis is the book of beginnings. Exodus is the book of redemption. Leviticus is the book of worship. Numbers is the book of walk and warfare in the wilderness. Deuteronomy is the book of rules for the land. Exodus 1 gives us a view of Israel in Egypt. When Jacob and his family went into Egypt, they numbered 70 souls. Despite indescribable hardships imposed by their Egyptian taskmasters, they were fruitful, and increased abundantly, and multiplied, and became exceedingly mighty, and the land was filled with them. Exodus 1 verse 7. Verse 8 A new king arose that knew not Joseph. He began to oppress the Israelites. God intervened, the more they multiplied and grew. Romans 5 verses 3 to 4. Despite this they had their pleasure. They could feed the flesh, fish, cucumbers, melons, leeks, onions, and garlic. Numbers 11:5. Egypt is a type of the world. Pharaoh is a type of Satan. It is reckoned that when the Exodus took place there were over 2 million of them. The period of their captivity was 430 years, Exodus 12 verse 40. Toward the end of this period Moses was born. He was remarkably delivered from death, spent 40 years in the palace, eventually identified himself with his brethren. He fled into the land of Midian and kept sheep for 40 years. Finally God revealed himself to Moses in the burning bush, and commissioned him to deliver his people. Moses was hard to convince, but when he accepted the commission, God revealed himself in an unprecedented way. He said, I am the Lord. I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. I will rid you out of their bondage. I will redeem you with an outstretched arm. I will take you to me for a people. I will be your God. I will bring you into the land. I will give it to you for a heritage. I am the Lord. On the premise of these promised Moses embarked on God's program. Exodus 5 verse 1 Let my people go, that they may hold a worship feast unto me in the wilderness. Pharaoh's answer, Who is the Lord, that I should obey his voice? I know not the Lord, neither will I let Israel go. Verse 2. The Lord demanded a complete break with Egypt, 3-day journey. Pharaoh's compromises, Satan's compromises. 1. Exodus 8 verse 25 And Pharaoh called for Moses and for Aaron, and said, Go ye, sacrifice to your God in the land. This is a subtle suggestion. One of Satan's masterpieces. Compromise, do not be a fanatic. Laodicea. God said, 3 days' journey into the wilderness. One of the great sins today is compromise. 1 John 2 verses 15 to 17 Love not the world. This sin renders Christians ineffective. Constantine. 2. Exodus 8 verse 28 Go not far away. Don't be out and out. Live on the border, face both ways. God's plan for his children, leave Egypt. Compare Lot's experience. He tried to blend politics and piety while living in Sodom. Lot vexed his righteous soul, lost his testimony, sought his daughters marry Sodomites, witnessed the burning of his worldly possessions, and the sudden tragic death of his wife. He ended his life in a lonely cave with a ruined testimony. Own experience at Dolkeith. Satan says, don't go far away. God says, go 3 days' journey. 3. Third compromise. Let the men go. Exodus 10 verses 8 to 11. This was a subtle suggestion. Pharaoh knew that they would soon return. This compromise involved the affections. Where our treasure is, there shall our heart be also. Matthew 6 verse 21. There was no surer way of bringing back these men. Colossians 3 verses 1 to 2. The story of the homing pigeon. 4. Final compromise. Go, but leave your possessions. Exodus 10 verse 24. God's desire, not a hoof shall be left behind. Business. God's desire for every believer is total consecration. See Romans 12 verse 1, for ye are bought with a price. Moravian missionary motto, for service or sacrifice. The story, I've got all daddy, daddy's got all me. Men's experiences have been different in attaining this spiritual state. 1. Jacob spent a whole night with God. He emerged as Israel. 2. Isaiah, in the year that King Uzziah died. In his judgment upon this ungodly and ruthless nation, God sent 10 plagues. These have been classified as follows. 1. Loathsome, blood-stained water, frogs, and lice. 2. Painful, stinging flies, cattle plagues, boils. 3. Appalling, hail, locusts, darkness. 4. Overwhelming, death of the firstborn. The first 9 plagues, as frightful as they were, could not move the hardened and unregenerate heart of Pharaoh. The death of the firstborn. Describe this event. God's judgment. Israel were exempt from the other plagues, but not from this one. They had to exercise faith in the word of God to be saved. They had to apply the blood to escape the judgment. The Passover. God's provision. Give the meaning of the Passover. The lamb to be slain was a special lamb. 1. It was a male of the first year. 2. It must be without blemish. This then was the lamb that was slain. Only a perfect lamb could provide salvation. Describe the slaying and the sprinkling of the blood. Contrast the salvation and the judgment. Had we been privileged to look into the homes sheltered by the blood, we would have found 2 things. 1. They were feasting upon the roast lamb. 2. They were ready for the journey. Eat with your loins girded. Warfare, separation, service. Shoes on your feet. Testimony, walk. Staff in your hand. Prayer and the word. The blood made them safe, the word made them sure, the feast made them strong, the dress made them ready. This is in tune a picture of God's provision for lost sinners today. Who is this lamb? Abel's lamb was the lamb, typified, Genesis 4. The ram caught in the thicket was the lamb prophesied, Genesis 22. The Passover lamb was the lamb specified, Exodus 12. The of John 1 was the lamb identified, John 1. He was approved by God, this is my beloved Son, etc. Holy, harmless, undefiled, separate from sinner. He did no sin, he became sin. In him was no sin. Those who believe and receive him as Savior are saved. For the Israelite, his salvation and deliverance was the beginning of a new life. The same night they were saved by blood, they turned their backs on Egypt, its people, and its gods. The same should be true of every born-again believer.
The end.